Hey guys, how's it going? I'm going to give you guys a little bit of practice notes for the quiz that you guys are going to take. I'm also going to assign some homework that goes along with this, and you can find that in Google Classroom. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is this guy. We're going to find the sine of angle A. All right, and this is just review. Keep in mind I'm not teaching you anything new, okay? But I will tell you there are probably 2 steps that'll make it easier for you, okay? So the first step is going to be, here I'll write it down, step 1. You want to write down SOHCAHTOA, okay? So SOHCAHTOA. You always want to write that down, okay? And remember, that means if you're looking for the sine, it's going to be opposite over hypotenuse. If you're looking for the cosine, it's going to be adjacent over the hypotenuse. And if you're looking for the tangent, it's going to be the opposite over the adjacent. Okay? So what we need to do then is step 2. We're going to label. Label. There we go. Okay, and so this is what I mean by label. If you look at your triangle, okay, the instructions are to find the sine of angle A. Okay, so we're looking at angle A right here. All right, so if we're going to label this, we need to label according to this angle. First off, there's one that is always going to be the same no matter what. It's the hypotenuse. Do you know which one is the hypotenuse? It's always going to be the largest side, okay? This is the hypotenuse, or it's going to be the side across from the right angle, okay? So this guy right here is the hypotenuse, okay? And if this is my angle, then I noticed a lot of you guys in your homework weren't paying attention to opposite or adjacent. Keep in mind, if this is the angle, the opposite side is the one all the way across on the opposite side of the triangle. This is your opposite, okay? And that leaves this guy, the only one left, it's the adjacent. Okay, so now everything's set up. We're done. Ready? It says find the sine of A. So you write down the sine of A equals, keep in mind, if you look at SOHCAHTOA, S is sine, it says to write down opposite over hypotenuse. So all you have to do is write down opposite over hypotenuse. That's 45 over 51. 45 over 51, and we are done. Okay, there's the answer for that guy. All right, we're going to be using the same ideas for these next 2 examples. These next 2 examples are a little different because they ask you to find a missing side. Okay, so step 1 will always be write down SOHCAHTOA. So there's our SOHCAHTOA. Step 2 is going to be label. Okay, if we are trying to find side, this is side AB. Okay, AB. Whenever you see 2 letters like that, you're talking about a side. They want side AB, so if I'm going to label that, I need to put an X right here. Okay? This is side AB. This is what I'm asked to find, so I put an X. Okay? All right. Then the next thing you want to do is figure out, okay, what are the clues that I was given? Well, they gave me angle A, they gave me this side, and then they gave me this missing piece that I'm trying to find. Okay? So let's take a look. We can probably label this. We always know that this side, which is across from the right angle, is always called the what? Okay, it's called the hypotenuse, so I'll label this guy hypotenuse. Okay. They gave me this angle 64. Okay, they gave me the angle 64. So now I know I'm going to be working with this angle. So based on this angle, what would this side all the way across from it be called? All the way across on the opposite side of the triangle. You're right, that's the opposite side, okay? And so now, if we have an angle, we have an opposite side and we have a hypotenuse side, take a look at SOHCAHTOA. Which one of these uses the opposite side and the hypotenuse side? It's the sine right here. The sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse. The sine of the angle is the opposite side over the hypotenuse, okay? So I'm going to use the sine. So I write down sine of A, but it's not A, it's 64, right? So the sine of 64 equals the opposite side, which is 12, over the hypotenuse, which is x. Okay? And so now we're going to get our calculator. Let me just get online here. Okay, and here is my, I'm just using my phone. I'm going to Google search it, sine of 64. So I just type in sine 64. And see, that one says degrees, so I'm going to hit degrees. There it is, 0.89879. 0.89879. So this is 0.89879. Remember, it's over 1 equals 12 over x. Okay? And now cross multiply. And we get 0.89879 times x equals 12 times 1 is 12. Now divide both sides by 0.89879. 0.89879, and we are left with x equals, and I will divide 12 divided, oops, missed that, 12 divided by 0.89, that's 0.89879 equals, and 13.35. All right, let's do the next one. And again, if I'm going too fast, that's okay. You can pause it, you could rewind it, okay? Whatever you need to do, you could look at this thing as many times as you'd like. All right, so let's do the next one. Now I'm trying to find BC. Again, follow the steps. Write down SOHCAHTOA. All right, so we have SOHCAHTOA. And then we have step 2 is label it. So if I'm trying to find side BC, that's this guy right here. Okay, so what am I going to label it? You're right, x. Okay, now let's look. I have an angle. This is my angle right here. Okay, so if this is my angle, let's figure out what I've been given. We're looking at the clues, okay? All the way over here, what would this guy be? Okay, is this the hypotenuse? No, I think the hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. So this is my hypotenuse right here. Okay, so this guy right here is all the way across from angle A. That is my opposite side, okay? We already know that this is my hypotenuse, so that makes this guy the adjacent, okay? This is the real crux of the problem. This is the part that you have to get right in order to do the work correctly, okay? All right, so finally, we've got everything we need to know. We have this angle, we have an opposite side and an adjacent side. So look up here, which one has opposite and adjacent? It's this guy, opposite and adjacent, so that's the tangent. So I know that I'm going to use the tangent of the angle, which is 28, tangent of 28, equals the opposite, which is x, over the adjacent, which is 4. All right, so here I go. I'm going to go back to my calculator. I'm just going to start over. All right, so here we go. Tangent of 28. Notice how I just write tan 28. And there it is, tangent of 28 degrees. You see that? Okay, every time it always comes up. And that is 0.5317. 0.5317. So 0.5317, always over 1, equals x over 4. Okay, cross multiply. So we get 4 times 0.5317 equals 1 times x is x. So now just multiply them. Here we go, 0.5317 times 4 equals 2.1, I'm going to round it to 3, 2.13, okay? So I get 2.13 equals x. All right, I hope that was helpful. That was 10 minutes of notes, and good luck to you guys. I will be posting everything you need on Google Classroom. Love you guys.